sophomore year, how have you maybe kept that mindset of, hey, I know that you're a freshman, but you're trying to be more of a veteran in that group?
Yeah, he just told me to take spring ball and just think of it as my first year. And then going into fall camp, this is my sophomore year. So, he's expecting more from me, as far as like acting older, leading the guys and things like that.
He also said you're crazy, that he's crazy too, and like he recognizes that in you pretty quickly, that you have no fear. Just where does that come from? How does that come out on the field?
I don't know. I just feel like, there's a lot of things that happen to me to make me like the way I am. Like not anything bad particularly, but a lot of lessons. And, so I'm not scared of anyone or anything like that. But I guess that makes me crazy. I don't know.
Any in particular that really come to mind that you draw from?
You said what?
Any of those lessons that you really draw from that stand out?
Probably just never giving up. Taking a chance on yourself, things like that.
Competitive depth is something a lot of the coaches have just reiterated time and time again. What are some things, or who are some guys in this in your position group that you look at and you look up to coming in as a freshman that you'd like to craft your game after?
Honestly, I look up to all the guys. All of our guys got like not similar, but distinct things that like maybe this corner is better at this thing and then this corner is better at this. So there's really an opportunity to learn from everyone, really.
How would you say your summer went?
It was good,
Yeah.
I put on some more weight,
Yeah.
Got in better shape, and I'm ready for fall camp.
How about fun-wise? What'd you do outside of football?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Not really, no. I made some new friends on the team, so we hung out more,
Yeah.
just getting close, but that's about it.
How was your first summer in Oklahoma as far as the heat goes? I talked to Heath
Yeah,
a second ago. He's not about it.
Yeah, I've never been in heat like
Yeah.
this ever,
Yeah.
not even close. Like if it was 90 in Washington, that's almost like too hot.
Right.
And it's like 100 here every day, so
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's been bad over the last couple of weeks. So.
What's it been like having a guy like Woody to kind of look up to as a mentor in that room?
I definitely need it, like in high school there was guys I looked up to, and Woody's just like the guy I'm going to look up to this year in college, and just following his footsteps, try to be good like him one day. That's all I can really say.
What have you seen from Gentry this summer?
Gentry, he's a smart dude. He's a great leader. He's only a sophomore, I think, but he leads the drills. He's vocal, and he's fast as hell and things like that. So he's a good player.
You've been under Coach Venables for several months now. What's it like interacting with him every day?
He's a passionate, intense guy, but he's also like the most loving, caring guy. So it's like, I wouldn't say he's like a father figure, but he's definitely like an older mentor that I'm just naturally gonna look up to.
How excited are you about strapping it up and finally getting the pads on and the jersey and going forward there in fall camp?
I'm ready. I just want, put it all out there, and then if I get a chance to play or however that things work out, then I'll be happy with it.
What's the transition been like coming down from Washington to Oklahoma?
It was rough at the beginning, and then over time, as I started to mesh with the team, things it started to feel like home again.
You came down in the middle of a huge heat wave, or I guess now we're in the middle of a huge heat wave.
Mm-hmm.
Is the heat a factor for you? I mean, I know obviously you're a football player, you can handle it, but what's that difference like between here and there?
I just gotta drink more water. Make sure you're drinking water during practice, because normally I don't even need water during practice, but now I for sure do. So it's just getting used to it over time.
What do you think the biggest difference has been from high school football now? I know you haven't technically played college, but just being here in the environment, what's the biggest difference?
Probably just like paying attention to the small things. In high school, like there could be like it's just not as detailed as college. So like you got to make sure you're on your stuff in college, or that play that you could have just made in high school off of being an athlete, you're not going to make that in college anymore. You know what I mean?
What's your relationship like with Coach Hall, Coach Belay? How's that been so far?
I'm really close with Coach Belay. I definitely look up to him and take all his advice. He's a genuine person. Despite what people might say about him being crazy or whatever, he's a genuine person. And then Coach Hall, I haven't talked to him too much, but he always gives me words of encouragement and things like that. Like he lets me know that I'm on the right path and stuff like that. But I don't get too much coaching from him.
What does that mean to you when he tells you that?
It means a lot. He's not even my position coach, but he recognized that he thinks I could be a good player, and I appreciate him telling me that.
Who are some guys you're really looking forward to going up against at fall camp?
As far as like receivers,
Yeah, I know you've got to have somebody you're looking forward to.
I'm ready to go against whoever, man. It's just practice. I mean, practice is important, you know,
Right.
but I'm just ready to play whoever.
Get started.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest asset in your game right now?
Aggression, probably. I'm just aggressive, I think, in practice or the game or whatever. Just always 100%.
How do you think that factors into playing defensive back, that aggression?
You know, when the play comes your way, or like teams might think that it's because I'm a corner or something like that, I can't tackle or something like that. So it just being an all-around football player, that's what's most important about it. And being physical is like the most important thing.
How's getting to work out with Schmitty been so far?
I love Schmitty. You know, everyone talks about like, you know, how hard the workouts are, but I like it. And, you know, I like his personality too, like him as a person. He's a funny guy, and he cracks jokes sometimes, but sometimes it's get your work done, be serious. But I love Coach Schmitty.
What about Woody Washington? What's your relationship like with him? He's a multi-year starter in college. Is that a guy that has kind of taken you under his wing? Do you look up to him at all?
For sure. I wouldn't say I'm like his little brother, but that's definitely a big brother figure that I look up to, just his experience. And then the fact that when I came on the team, when all the corners came on the team, he was just like, he didn't really look at us as competition. Like, he knew that he was going to start and play because he's the guy that's been here for a while, and he just worried about helping us out. So I appreciate that.
All right, I got some rapid fire questions for you.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Favorite movie?
Huh?
Favorite movie?
Of all time or
All
like
time.
right now?
Yeah, you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life.
Menace to Society.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
Favorite
that
food?
Pizza.
Okay. If you weren't playing football, what would you be doing?
Probably like MMA or boxing.
That's an interesting answer. All right.
Yeah.
You have background in that? You ever do anything?
I used to do wrestling.
Okay.
And, you know, my dad, he didn't really teach me too much boxing because he knew I would get in fights and all that. So, but I love boxing.
Awesome.
I
Do
love
you have a
fighting.
favorite professional fighter?
Of all time, John Jones for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I came up. That's when I started watching it, was when he was making his run and all that.
His brother's a pretty good football player too, Chandler Jones.
Don't they both still play?
Yeah.
Both of his brothers? Yeah, that's crazy.